In this tutorial, I'm going to create AWS access key for the IAM user. So the IAM user can then access AWS resources from the command line. To do so, let's log into the AWS account as a root user. I'm going to pause the video and come back after I have logged in. Now that I have logged in, let's go to IAM, stands for Identity and Access Management. And once at IAM panel, I'm going to go to Users and find the test user that we created last time. And then scroll to the Security Credential tab. Click on Security Credential tab and scroll down to Access Key. And there we were going to create an access key, create access key, and click on command line interface, CLI. We're going to create this access key primarily for accessing AWS resource using CLI. Click on I understand the recommendations. Go ahead and click next. Skip the tag and just click create access key. And now it shows that you have access key and then the secret access key. You can provide this to your user, and for now, since we are the user, so I'm going to use these two values to set up my users. So here's my terminal. I'm on Mac. So on Mac or on Linux machine, we'll create a .aws directories in your home directories, and I'm going to create a file called credentials. So in this file, I already have these sections. What you will have is you will have a profile name, and you will have AWS _access _key ID, and it will have the key value here. So I'm going to use that because the key that I've shown there are actually already deactivated. So I'm going to replace it with this key that was just generated. I'm going to pause the video and update this and resume the video. Finish updating my profile with the key that I've just generated. And I'm going to save it. And now that after I have saved it, I can check to see, to see if I can use the AWS resource by this command. AWS dynamoDB list tables -- profile test -jess. So the profile name should match what's inside the bracket. And when I hit enter, I will see the tables that are available to me in US West 2 region. So I have logged in as my test user. As you can see, this is the test _jess. I'm going to zoom in so you can see this is the IAM user account, not the root account. And I'm going to go to dynamoDB, click on dynamoDB, and there you can go tables. And by the way, remember this account was in the admin group, and it could see all the tables. So I can go ahead and, as this user, I can go ahead and create a table. And I can give it a name, order, because I already have an order table. I'm just going to call it order 2. And then you can create a partition key. So if you want to learn more about DynamoDB, there's a lot of resources online, and I'll also try to create DynamoDB tutorial. But for now, let's just create this table, partition key. Let's set the partition key ID to be ID and its string. And then sort key is optional, so I'm going to leave it. Then for the table settings, to minimize the cost, because this table won't be used often, I'm going to, instead of default settings, I'm going to click on custom settings, and I'm going to go down to rewrite capacity setting and actually just set on demand. So what this would do is that it won't charge you if it will charge you per request. So if you've never used this table, which in my case is because I'm using this for a tutorial, on demand is cheaper than provision. Provision is that you just provision say, I'm gonna reserve it for 5 requests per second, and you will pay for that even though you may not even use this table. So on demand is better. If you're gonna leave this table, if you create a table, you're just gonna test it, you're just gonna use it for learning, I would suggest using on demand, and then leave the rest unchecked and just go ahead and click create table, and you can see that there is a table that's already that's in process of being created. It says creating, and I'm going to, while it's creating, we can take a look at the table inside order. This is a table that order is a table that I just created a few minutes ago. So if you go to order, you will see as this user, as the test Jess user, you can explore the table you can explore the items in this table. And I'm going to zoom out. So in the order table, you could see that it has these items. ID is the key. It has a name field, it has a price field, it has a type field, and these are the content. It only have one entry. And I'm going to see if I can query these table as the IAM user. So now I'm going to copy and paste AWS dynamoDB, this command again. So this command is to list out all the table that is in the default region, which is US West 2 in my profile. And so this will show order 2. And one thing you can do is also as a IAM user, you can also query the AWS table, AWS dynamoDB table, and this is a command I just copy and paste. I'll share in the descriptions. It's AWS dynamoDB, get the items, and then the table name is order, and I'm going to say for the key, give me the key with the ID of 1. And then I'm going to use the profile test Jess, and it will give me the item.